Hey guys, welcome back. It's actually about 12:30 in the afternoon. I was going to come out here this morning and work on Centipede, but I switched my schedule around a little bit. I did some running around this morning, and now I'm ready to sand the black areas down so that we could paint them with the 5X Krylon. It should go real fast. We'll have to tape the sides off so we don't get overspray on it. And then I'll let it dry for a little while, and after it's dry, while it's drying, we'll touch up some of this artwork on the side, and then we'll let it dry for a little bit. While it's drying, we can work on assembling the trackball. I got the parts here for that. So I have a new cue ball. It is a little bit off-white in color. That's how they come. Now, I wanted to put a new cue ball in it because I'm putting all new shafts and bearings. So I wanted to make sure that everything was new so the thing operates properly. I've heard in the past that a lot of people will change the shafts and the bearings and they leave the old trackball, and it causes an issue because I guess over time the trackball itself can lose size. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't quote me on that because I truly don't know. In my opinion, I would change it. I mean, the only thing I hate about Arcade Shop is these stupid freaking packing peanuts. God, I'm gonna throw these in the garbage real quick. When I do trackballs, I usually change the trackball because I'm always doing something different color-wise and stuff. So I just change them out. I just threw away the bearings. Okay, so we have 6 new bearings. I'm going to save the old bearings because they didn't look too bad. Look like somebody already replaced them. And there's new shafts in here as well. So new shafts, bearings, and ball. We should have a really nice rolling trackball. So I'm excited to see how that works. So my goal today is to finish this, other than the power cord. The owner sent me a lime green power cord for this. It's like a computer power cord, and I'm gonna cut the end off and we'll splice it in. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So we gotta put a new bulb in here, a new starter, and then really there's not much to do as far as assembly of the game. It's mostly together, it's just cleaning everything up. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get the black painted, touch up the color while that's all drying. The Krylon stuff dries fast. I forget the drying time. I know it's quick. Let's see what it says. I forget. Dries to touch in 20 minutes, handle in 1 hour. So if I paint this now in the next hour and I let it sit for a couple hours, would be more than sufficient to put the coin door on, the control panel on, and just wrap this thing up. And then I'll have all 3 games wrapped up. And supposedly, Amazon it's out for delivery, the locks for these games, finally. So I can put all the locks on them. And all 3 of these games will have the same locks. Sinistar and Robotron take 3 locks each, so that's 6 locks, and then 2 locks on this, so it's 8 locks total. And also, thanks everybody who commented on last night's video on the Supersonic. I'm gonna finish that up tonight. I'm just gonna do it off camera. And then I might work on the laser ball too, see if I can fix that last pop bumper. I think I might still have 1 light bad on Supersonic. Somebody had said that, I think it was a 3,000 bonus maybe. I have to go back and read the messages. It seemed like it never went off. So that could be a bad transistor on the board as well. I'm gonna check that later off camera. But for the most part, that's just about done. I got just a couple rails, stupid stuff. I got 1 switch that's still not working, which I don't know why it does that. It registers sometimes it doesn't. It must just be not close enough. So I'm gonna sand that file a little hair rather, and just touch that up or tighten that up a little bit more, and that should be good to go. So yeah, I appreciate all the comments and everything because I'm still learning pinball, you know what I mean? And everybody that can help me by sending me comments and stuff, don't think you're gonna upset me or anything like that, because you're not. It just makes my life easier because I don't have to sit there and research videos if somebody's telling me, hey, check this, do that. And then I remember that too. So it works out good for me. But yeah, I'm gonna have Supersonic complete tonight with the glass back on it. I want to get to Kickman this weekend. I'm off for like the next 10 days, I think, of work. I have another job that I should be starting, but I think I'm just gonna hold off just because I want to get stuff wrapped up around here. And it's a pretty big job I'm starting. It's a remodel of a building, and I don't think I'm gonna start it until after the 1st. But I want to get these games wrapped up so he can come and get them. Because I want to paint these truck doors, and I got to get this car painted. And I don't want these in the way for too long because I don't want to get overspray or anything on these games. They look beautiful, and I don't want them to get ruined. Trying to think if there's anything else I can think of. So this weekend, I am going to be working on putting the floor in the basement. I'll show you like tidbits of that here and there. I really want to, for some reason in my head, I want to get Kickman put together, and I want to get Tron put back together. So that's going to probably be quite a bit of work. I'm going to use the Kickman harness to re-zip tie my Tron harness together because I unzip tied my Tron harness to open it up completely so that I can make a copy. And I never got done with it. I started doing it right after my knee surgery, and then I ran into being in a bunch of pain, and I didn't go back down there for like a month. And it just kind of screwed me up, and I kind of like lost focus on that project. So now that somebody had sent me that link the other day, about a week or so ago, for that Kickman harness, I went and bought it on eBay. I literally paid like $39 for it plus shipping. It was like $50 shipped. And in my head, I'm like, why the heck am I even going to waste hours of labor making a harness when I can just have this one for $50? So I want to get Tron back together and Kickman back together. It'd be awesome to get those two out of the way. Waiting on some parts for some chips for Space Encounters. Still waiting on that. So if this weekend, if I can get, let's just say in the next week. We're not going to say this weekend because I don't have to go to work on Monday. Let's just say in the next week here, I really want to get the floor in the basement. I want to get laser ball fixed. So then that means all the pins are fixed down there except for silver ball. I want to get Kickman put together, Tron put together. One of the batteries went dead last night. We were playing Golden Tee, and I ran the 2 Need for Speed Undergrounds the whole time we were playing Golden Tee. They ran beautifully. But one of the 2 California Speed batteries died on the board, so I got to change that on the board, because when it booted up, it went into calibration mode. Once it goes into calibration mode, you know that your battery's dead on the board. Once you go through the calibration board and you get the game to boot up, then you have to hear the attract sounds all night. So I just unplugged it. So yeah, I just got to change the battery in that. So this weekend, I'm going to actually make a list of what all I have to fix down there. Hopefully, knock on wood, for the most part, it's easy stuff. Batteries and dumb things like that. I'm a little worried. I think I have a battery for one of the 2 Road Burners racing games. That takes a special battery, and I think I have another one. If not, I think Arcade Shop sells them. I'm going to have to order one. Because one of those 2 need a battery. I'm trying to think if there's anything else offhand. I don't think so. So I just want to start going through this stuff and getting it back together and getting everything working. So stay tuned for that stuff this next week. So all right, I'm going to get this sanded down really lightly. We're not going crazy with it. I'm just going to hit it real lightly with some 220 grit. Now we're going to get it in the spray booth. We're going to tape off the sides and just paint a couple light coats of satin black. Nothing crazy. Doesn't need a lot. And I have to pull this furnace apart again out here because there is, this has an electronic igniter which lights the furnace. So it has a standing pilot light that's always on. And then when the thermostat says, hey, furnace, turn on, the igniter box, which has a circuit board inside, sends a signal, sends a spark basically to the igniter, which lights the flame, which lights the burners. And it's not working all the time. So it's an old furnace. It's like 35 years old. And I looked online, and I didn't do a really big in-depth search on igniters for the furnace. but I'm sure I could find one. But I just happened to take my knife. There's a plastic cover on the circuit board, and I tapped on it, and lo and behold, the furnace lit. So I'm hoping I just have a loose contact inside or something like that. So at some point I got to take that box apart, look at the circuit board, and see if I can't just fix it rather than wasting $80, $100 for a new circuit board. If I don't need to, why do it? You know what I mean? So if I can fix it by having, it could be a cold solder joint, it could be a bad component. I don't know yet until I look at it, but that's another thing I need to get fixed too. It's currently working right now, but that doesn't mean it's going to be working tomorrow. We have another snowstorm, which isn't supposed to be major. We probably got about an inch or so, but yesterday it was 56 degrees until about 2 in the morning. And then this morning it was down to 26 degrees, feels like 1 degree, because we have 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now. So it literally went from, felt like summer to winter, all within like 6 to 8 hours. And that's Ohio. That's what Ohio does. That's just the nature of the weather. So I'm gonna quit talking now, and let's get this thing sanded down. So it take a couple minutes, and we'll get it painted black and do the art touch up, and then we can start assembling the trackball. My shop floor is a mess still. I did a brake job on my van yesterday and an oil change, and then I spilled oil on the floor, which wiped most of that up now. I actually have some oil saturation sheets in the back building, but I didn't go get them. I gotta get tires put on the van tomorrow, so I wanted to get the brakes and everything done yesterday while it was warm because my van doesn't fit in the shop. So I just drove the front end in here and enough to be able to fix it. So once I get my tires installed tomorrow, I don't have to worry about it. It could be good for the winter then. This tag's coming off. It just looks like crap. I don't know. Yeah, it just looks like crap. Wonder if I can get it off in one piece. I highly, highly doubt it. Maybe. So what I'm going to do with this tag is I'm going to spray some adhesive on the backside after I paint it, and I'm going to stick this to the back of the cabinet, so it still has a serial number and everything. You just don't have to look at this crap looking sticker on the front of the cabinet. If the sticker was in good shape, I totally would have taped it off, but it just looks like crap. And I have a nice new painted front of the cabinet and have this on there, so I'll save it and we'll just stick it on the backside. Still be there. Serial number will still be there. So not too big a deal. All right, I'm gonna get my vacuum set up because I don't want to be blowing dirt everywhere in the shop. Sorry, something looked a little weird on the car, but it's okay. All right, let me get the vacuum set up and stuff. We're gonna knock this down real quick with some, actually we're gonna probably use 320 or 400 because I was gonna use the electric sander, but the more I thought about it is I don't wanna blow a bunch of dust around here. So let me pause this, get the vacuum set up. We'll just high speed through the sanding real quick, and then we'll get it in the spray booth, tape it off, and get it painted. All right, I'm set up here. I gotta grab my mask. Shouldn't be really too much dust. I wanna give another special thanks to Greg. Greg's a buddy of mine who has been doing pinballs and arcades for over 30 years. And when I run into a jam, especially on a pinball, I can call him and tell him what's going on. He'll sit down and literally walk me through it and tell me what I need to do to fix it. And there's not very many guys that'll do that, and I really, really appreciate that because, once again, it saves me a ton of time, and learning it from somebody who's done it for so long makes it so much easier than people who've just started doing it like me, and they're like, oh, try this, try that. He's like, no, here's what you need to do. Here's where you need to look first. If that's not the issue, go to here. You know what I mean? And that just makes you learn. You learn better when you're learning from somebody that really knows how to do it. You know what I mean? So that's a good benefit to have. So, all right, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna get it on high speed. We're gonna knock this down real quick, get it blown off, get it in the spray booth, and get some paint on it. Okay, it's sanded, as you can see. We have a nice scuffed up surface. Now, I ran into a problem. You know I couldn't get away with it that easily, right guys? You knew there had to be a little bit more body work to do, right? Right down here, that's chipped up. I'm gonna take a little bit of short strand fiberglass and fill that. I would use Bondo, but I don't think the Bondo's gonna adhere that well. So I'm gonna do that off camera. I'm just gonna throw some short strand fiberglass in there, get it sanded down just to fill it in. Okay, since I had to do that little bit of body work while I'm waiting for that to dry, it's gonna take a little bit. It's low to the ground. Concrete's always colder, so it takes a little longer to set up. While it's doing that, I'm gonna stay busy, and we're gonna work on this trackball, the nasty trackball. If you look outside, you can see lovely snow. So, these are pretty easy to put together. Hopefully I have an Allen key over here so I don't have to go get one. I should. So we're just gonna take these shafts out of here. Like I said, these bearings don't look bad. We have to take the wheels off. But before we do all that, we're gonna get the nastiness out of here because that's disgusting. Here's the old pool ball, the cue ball. It actually doesn't look too worn, but you don't know. You know what I mean? Unless you put a mic on it, will it be a different size than the other? I don't know. Will the yellowing come off of this? Probably not. I don't think it will. It's going to be this color forever. I wonder if I sanded it, if it would look different. Why is my dog freaking out? No idea. I mean, it'd get a little bit lighter. I'll probably polish it somewhat lighter, but it's just like years of nasty hands and cigarette smoke probably, and God knows what else. As you can see, what's coming out of there, the filth. I'm gonna go in the sink and rinse it real good. I'll be back. I guess you couldn't see out the window, but if you look out the window, you can see the snow coming down. All right. Gotta be this size. Right here. This doesn't fit the greatest. That don't fit. Might have to use a pair of pliers. God, what do they do to these things? Got it. This isn't rocket science putting these together, guys. Looks like they come pre-greased. I was going to use a little bit of bearing grease, but I don't think I need to. Maybe I'll just put a dot in there. Now that bearing grease is a high temp grease, actually used for automotive, and it does not dry out. Okay, so we got to slide a bearing on. Those were star bits, not Allen keys. I thought it was an Allen key. Now, a trackball for Centipede does not need to spin as good as a trackball for Golden Tee. Smooth as butter. Somebody's going to leave a comment. You can't put that kind of grease in there. Yes, you can. Only putting a tiny bit in there. They give you an extra bearing. One of them's old. That's a new one. Like I said, somebody replaced the bearings, they just didn't change the shafts. So replacing the bearings doesn't do you shit if your shafts are worn out. You gotta grab the optic boards. Now I don't know which board goes which side. So, worst case scenario, we have to switch the plugs. Not a big deal. Forgot the screws. Feels good. Grab the screws. There should be 6 of them. Feels perfect. Okay, that's done. Now I'm gonna go sand the cabinet. I'm not gonna do that on camera. Just gonna get that finished up and blown off, and then we'll get it in the spray booth. All right, I'm gonna get these sides taped off and the light area, the monitor, coin door hole, and the back, so I don't get overspray inside the cabinet. It should go pretty quick. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on high speed here, get it all taped off, and then we are ready to spray some 5X Krylon. That turned out beautifully. Obviously it's going to be shinier in certain spots than others right now because it's still drying. The bolts are drying. I have the furnace in the shop all the way up, and I have the booth heater all the way up. And luckily it's staying at about 85 degrees in here. It's like 1 degree outside right now with the wind chill. So when the spray booth is on, I'm sucking 1 degree air in from outside, and that's how the building ventilates the overspray out of the building. And that's why you never see it in the air, because it gets sucked out of there. So that 3 foot by 6 foot hole right there, behind that is 2 fans that literally pull the air right out of the building. So it takes a lot of heat in this time of year to keep it going. But I'm gonna turn the fans off here and just run straight heat for like the next 15 minutes. And then probably wait like 30 minutes or so, half an hour, about an hour maybe. And we'll get the control panel put on, we'll get the coin door put on. This stuff dries really fast, especially when it's in a really hot environment. Like I said, you know, it's almost up to 90 in here, so if I let that heater run for 10-15 minutes, it'll be about 120 in here, and that should dry the paint really quickly. So that's where we're at. I'm feeling real good about it. I brought out a box of smooth T-molding. I'm actually getting ready to run in the house now and grab a new marquee bulb and a new starter. And there really is no reason why we can't have this thing all back together tonight. And I'm going to stick that sticker on the back as well. So stay tuned. I'll continue this video here shortly. All right, while the black is still drying, I'm going to do some high-speed touching up. You can see we got like stuff here, little things. I'm going to go ahead and touch it up. I brought my markers and everything out here. First thing I'm going to do is put the bulb and starter in there real quick, because I don't want to break that new bulb. This side is touched up. You can see a little bit right there, you know, but hey, it's original. Step back a little bit, you don't see it. Pretty damn nice. So I'm gonna go do the other side off camera, come back, and hopefully be ready to start putting this thing together. All right, guys, let's get the front control panel bolted on. I'm sweating my butt off. It's still 100 degrees in here. So it's a hot one, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get stuff to dry, guys. So we're gonna get this bolted on, coin door bolted on. I brought some smooth demolding out here. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown them down there. Oh well. Gotta clean this control panel off. It's all dusty. Okay, we'll grab a 7/16 ratchet. missing a nut. There it is. In the corner. Oh, that's right, I bondoed that hole in. I'll have to drill it out. Go grab a drill bit. It's already dropped 10 degrees in here with all the heaters off. That's how cold it is outside. Size bigger. Didn't think this out too well, throwing everything in there. Ow. Poked myself with something. Definitely some extra hardware down there from God knows when. Penny. 1968. these up real quick. Dropped the spring on the one when I dropped it. Went to hit the buff area and I just let go of the thing apart by accident. And now I don't know where the spring is. Now I gotta find the spring. Yeah, let me pause it and search around if I can find it. I got it. Gotta grab an 11/32 socket. I gotta grab some coin mechs for this too, but I'll do that off camera. They just snap in. That one's not the right size. that's it. These are lock nuts. They have the nylon in them. That just needs strapped on the backside. Grab the paper towel, some window cleaner, clean off the control panel overlay, and then put the trackball in, the button, and the player 1 and player 2 start. Got to bolt the bottom of the monitor in still. Then we're ready to clean the monitor glass and put the regular glass on and all that good stuff. I'll do the marquee last. Man, I have to keep going and getting stuff. I'll do that in a minute. Now, like I said, this, I don't know which direction this goes yet. So I might have to swap around the boards. Heck, I might just turn it on first and see. And I don't know which one's player 1 and player 2. So I guess I'll grab an extension cord. Down doesn't want to work. goes that way. It's 3/8, but I think I can try it. Just want to see if this 2-player turns on. Yep. Up, down, right, left. Harder to see with the lights on. Okay, trackball works. Yeah, a lot of times a trackball will not work good if it's upside down. I gotta grab a little bolt for that, and then the control panel can get shut. Gotta lower the screen a little bit, it looks like. Yeah, I got the screen up too high. I think I can adjust that. I'll have to figure it out. Cleaning the back of the glass real quick. Interlock switch. Okay, got to adjust the monitor down and T-molding. And other than me painting the back door, which I'll just do off camera, and changing the power cord and putting the locks on, it's done. I do not have the power cord yet. Looking pretty badass though, I gotta say. For being original stuff, it looks really good. The glass and the marquee look really good. All right, let me see if I can bring that monitor down. I gotta grab a flashlight because it's stupid monitor. They're so far up in there you can't see. And I'll probably turn a couple lights out in here too. I don't know if it goes any longer than that. That's about it. It's not too bad there. Not too bad there. Let's check out the trackball now. See how awful I do at this game. Horrible. I gotta move that. I think I gotta move the monitor surround up a little bit. Damn it, I missed a perfect opportunity. I'm in a bad spot here. A really bad spot. let me pause this. I'm gonna move that monitor surround up, and then I'll come back, we'll play it. Okay, I got it looking real good now. It looks like the player 2 is off too far, but it's not. Wow, that's horrible. Damn you, spider. Almost got killed again. Damn it. Really, dude? Oh, really? Let's see if I can at least break 20,000. I'll do one more game. If not, oh well. Come on, spider, quit being a dumbass. Got time for your games, man. Seriously. Wow. Oh well, guys. All right, I'm gonna put the team molding on, and then I'll come back and we'll take a look at it. And then the only other time you'll see this is I'll do a video with all three of them cleaned up and turned on in a row for the guy to pick up. So yeah, let me throw on the team molding, and that's all I could really do on it tonight. I'm waiting on the locks. They're supposed to be here today, and then I gotta paint the back door tomorrow, put the locks on, and then I'm just waiting on a power cord. I'll put the locks on the other two games and everything's ready. So everything, this plays beautifully. Trackball feels great. So the bearing shafts and the new ball did wonders. It should, I mean, everything's new. So, all right, let me get the T-molding on. I'll be right back. All right, guys, that is it. It looks good. I'm very happy with how this one turned out. So basically, the guy's getting 3 original cabinets with all the original artwork that was just touched up. No new artwork. So it looks good. So that's gonna end the videos on the Centipede. Like I said, I just have to, a few minor little things to get done. And then the next video you'll see on it, like I said, will be all 3 next to each other, turned on. And that'll be it, guys. So tomorrow I'm gonna do a few things off camera for these, and I'm gonna be working on probably Kickman. I think I wanna get on to Kickman tomorrow. So stay tuned, guys, for tomorrow, and have a good night. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.